welcome back. If you're returning and if you are new, then hello, nice to meet you. This video is going to be a monthly roundup. Oh god, my brain is up my bum. I just feel like at the moment I can't get any words out in any video that I do. Sorry. So this is going to be my monthly roundup. I do these every single month. I try my best to kind of cover what I've kind of liked, what I've not really liked, and kind of all the bits in between. There will be a little bit of TV and book chat at the end, but for the start it will be mainly hair, makeup, cosmetic products, etc. And I usually have a little baffle about current affairs as well. I am getting this video up to you later than planned. I say that as if I'm usually on time with them. I'm not. But I'm getting up a little bit later because this week there is Blackout Tuesday, but also the Blackout movement with regards to Black Lives Matter, people of colour, making awareness about the unfair and discriminations not only in America but worldwide that has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. And for that reason I didn't think it was appropriate to post it up on June the 1st or 2nd, because obviously that is going on and it is supposed to be a moment to take pause, share the views, share the atrocities, and make awareness of all those people who maybe feel they don't have a voice. They've got a voice but it's just not amplified, and by taking a minute to stop filming stuff that I'm interested in and filming stuff that I kind of like and just stuff about me, stop doing that for a moment and share stuff that they have to say about their current situation. And so that reason it's coming up a little bit later for you, and I'm not going to apologise. Also, we're gonna have a little chat about lockdown. It's okay, everybody will be clicking off right now. Obviously this week in Scotland, come Thursday, it will be a week since we started to lift some of the lockdown stuff. I don't know how anybody else is feeling about it, especially if you're watching in England and you're from a different country. Maybe you're in Wales or Ireland, but if you're from somewhere else, even Italy, you've already kind of been through your lockdown and started to lift them. I don't know how you're feeling about it. I feel it's a bit too soon. I have to admit, as I've said already, working in a hospital, the hospitals are calm, the hospitals are good. We are still getting in COVID patients. We are seeing a lot less deaths, and I think the speed of the spread has definitely waned. But I also feel like when you watch the news every day and you see that death toll, you see that number, which I believe today is calculated over 50,000 deaths now in the United Kingdom. We are the highest now, and whenever you watch little 5 o'clock updates, they never really put up their little graph of here's the UK, here's Italy, here's, because we're like fucking up here somewhere now. Like, America's a lot bigger than us and we're probably second to them, and I just think it's kind of unacceptable. I still don't think people are taking heed. I'm not saying, you know, you have to judge what is essential. You have to judge, and it's difficult because, as I said way back when, at the end of March when this started, there will be people who cannot avoid going into people over 70, people who've got dementia, people who need help. There is people who cannot avoid going to their work because financially they cannot not do that. So I'm not here to judge. What I'm here to say is just please, if you are a healthy person, if you are young and fit and well, please just continue to follow the guidelines. Please just, you know, meet your one family at a time, one household at a time. Keep your 2 metre distancing. Be sensible about it. One of these things, like, I go to work and I have to be around way more than one household in my work. If my staff have 5 people in it, that's 5 households. And then I have patients to contend with as well. Difference being is I know how to keep myself safe, keep myself clean, sanitised, and we wear masks in the hospital. I will continue to wear masks in supermarkets, shops, anything like that, and I couldn't give a hoot who's looking at me, because do you know what? I'm keeping myself safe, and in that mindset I'm keeping other people safe as well. And that's all you have to worry about. So I'm sorry if I've seen a little bit fucking moany at the start of this, but I think it's too much too soon. I I think we're lifting too soon, and God help us if there's a second rise. I really, really hope there isn't. I would like to think there won't be, but please just be sensible. So let's move on to some beauty, skincare, that kind of thing. Let's get it rolling along there and stop moaning and whinging and bitching. Right, first of all, I have to say, the weather has been fucking phenomenal, which has been so nice. In Scotland, it's not something we're used to. So basically, being able to be out in nice summer clothes and things, and I've seen being able to be out beyond my garden, not like I've been trekking about the place. I did have one social distancing meet with a friend at the park, which was very nice, and we have been to see Alan's parents and social distance in their back garden, which has been very nice. But basically, it's been really nice to be out and to be wearing like a summer dress and stuff like that. It's been very pleasant. This dress actually is from ASOS, but from New Look. I actually did do an ASOS order during this lockdown period, and I ordered like 11 things, kept 2. That was it. You know, I thought, oh, will I do a little video doing like a haul or something like that? But I just feel like at this present time, it's a little in poor taste. I'm not good, like, obviously I've done a glossy haul, I've done this, I've done that, and I get it, but I just didn't want to put too much out there to be like, go and buy this or go and do that, because at the end of the day, I'm aware there's a lot of people, I'm in a very privileged position that I've still got a job, I've still got an income coming in, and me and Alan usually spend most of our money on holidays, which we're not going on at the moment, obviously. So the rest of the stuff, like, I'm able to keep a nice nest egg. I am a very lucky position to do that, so therefore I just want to make that apparent. I know there's a lot of people who can't. I know there's a lot of people who are worried about what they're going to have a roof over their head, what they're going to eat next week because of the situation going on the now. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do an ASOS haul, but this was one of the things I kept. I'll put a wee photo in here. I've got really itchy ear. This earring I've had for a wee while now, but I lost the back to it, so I had to put another one on, and for some reason it's causing me a lot of issue. And I've really been enjoying this dress. It's nice, light, crisp cotton. It's very airy. It's just a little bit cute. It's kind of baby doll. I really, really like it. And it was relatively inexpensive. I will link it below because it should still be available on ASOS. I also kept this dress here. I'll put a wee photo in. It's a little bit more prairie girl. It's a little bit more like long, flowy summer dress. I've seen lots of dresses from And Other Stories, which aren't the cheapest shop in the world, but when I get access to an And Other Stories, I do like to go in and have a little look and see what's happening. But a lot of their seasonal stuff had big kind of lamb chop sleeves, like big puffy, long white flowy type thing going on. So when I seen this on ASOS, I thought that's kind of a likeness to that, and it wasn't as expensive as And Other Stories, and I do really like them. But this is actually very, very good quality dress as well, and it will be something that I would bring out year after year. I think both of these are relatively safe summer bets. It's not like they're things that I will wear once and be like, oh, it's a trend. I'm pretty sure lemon pastel will still be acceptable next summer. What I'm going to speak about as well is things that I have on my eyelids. So this is the Glossier Sky Wash in Lawn, which is what I have on today. And to be honest with you, when I'm looking in the viewfinder here, or when I look in a mirror at the moment, it's effective. I like it, and I think it's really nice for summer. It's very like spring, summer appropriate. It's pretty cool. I've got a little bit of colour to my face at the moment because the sun has been out. Always wear your SPF. Still had factor 50 on. But because I've got a little bit more colour to my face, it goes really nicely. I like it. I actually really like the contrast between like my hair being darker and my eyes being this like really lemony lawn. It says called lawn. I wouldn't say that colour of green is lawn. I would say it's much more of an acid green, borderline yellow. What I am going to say though is I said in the Glossier video that I hadn't tried that yet, and I said I would let you know how I felt, because certainly Pam, which is the other light colour I've got, I'm kind of nondescript. I'm like, meh, it's fine. Terra, again, will always say go and try it out, go and buy it. If it's the kind of colour you like, give it a go. But I have to say the application of this to get it to look like this took a lot of work. I don't think I'll buy any more of the lighter colours. I don't think I will buy the Sky Washes again. The only one I will probably pick up again is Terra. And even in saying that, I have shadows who will probably be able to do what it does, but I do really like the simplicity of it just being a wash on type thing, and then you can buff it out. This took a lot of work in to get it where it is today. So the lighter colours definitely are not worth the hype, and I wouldn't purchase them. I would definitely stick to the darker shades and see how you got on with them. I don't know if anybody disputes that. Maybe people have bought them and thought they were absolutely wonderful, but I don't think they're worth, you know, you could get a lime green eyeshadow and I'm sure you get a similar effect. I don't think they're really worth the hype, but it's fun, it's nice, I've liked to have tried it. I really enjoy the kind of springy lemon vibe that's going on with it. I get that, but I'll not pick it up again, just so you know. I like to remain transparent. I do really like glossy, there's a lot I like about them, but I'll tell you if I don't think things are worth it too. So let's keep on with the glossy train, seeing as we've started talking about it. I said to you I would chat to you about the other two items that came in the Comfort collection. They had the moisturiser Riche, which is sitting up there. I'm not going to go into that. I've told you that I really like that. I've told you a million times that I like it, and there's no point me telling you again. This is the hand cream, and this is the bubble wrap eye cream. The hand cream I do enjoy. I do think it's really nice. It has that glossy, like, oh, what do you call it? Glossy You, the perfume, it has that scent. So if you enjoy that, then you might really like this. I really like that it's in like this really cute, squeezy, like soft package. It's nice, it's cute. I'm not gonna, again, it's the packaging, it just ropes me in. In saying all of that, is it any better than like other hand creams I've tried, or any worse? I think my favourite hand cream so far in my lifetime is either the L'Occitane ones or the Elizabeth Arden one was very, very nice. But this probably isn't that much different from other hand creams that you can pick up at a $5. It does have the Glossy You scent. It does look really cute in your handbag. But is it required? Is it doing anything that other hand creams aren't? Like, no, probably not. Again, telling you, I just like to be open and apparent. Will I buy it again? Probably not. I'm not sure, I don't want to break it, but if I can get, there seems like this bit comes off here. If I can open that and refill it with something else, I absolutely will, because this is cute. Like, why would I throw this away? It's just a waste of packaging and things like that. So if I can refill this, I will do that, because I think that the wee packet is really, really nice. The scent is really, really good, and I'm really, really enjoying it, but I probably won't pick it up again. The bubble wrap eye cream, same kind of goes. It's actually really, really nice. I really like it. The Kiehl's one, that is my favourite. I feel like they're on a par. They're on a par. And you might never have thought you'd heard me say that. But I feel like, I don't know what it is. This is 22 mils. I think that's 27. I think this is, you're getting like, this is less expensive than that. You're probably getting more for your money for this. Oh, I'm making an arse of this. Basically, this is less than that, but I think the price of the Kiehl's one means that it's actually more expensive per gram or whatever. So you kind of have to think about it that way. This obviously has the airtight container as well, and that's very, very important to a lot of people. For me, because I'm the only one using that up there, it doesn't really bother me too much, but I do understand there are reasons why people prefer to have airtight containers. I really like it. If I was running out of eye cream, let's say I didn't have that one up there, I was going to make a glossy order anyway, would I throw it in my basket? Yeah. Is it something you need to rush out and buy if you don't have it? Probably not. But then neither is the Kiehl's one. It's very much like, if you look at any kind of skincare experts, people on YouTube, people who do it as their full-time job, people who are doctors even, dermatologists, they'll probably tell you that eye creams are a load of nonsense. So for me, it's a personal choice. I like using an eye cream, and therefore I probably would pick this up again if it was coming round to time when I needed one and I happened to be doing an order. But I won't seek it out to buy it once this one runs out or that one runs out. Does that make sense? Like, it's not my holy grail. It's not like, oh wow, I found this, I will never use anything again. But if it gets to a point where I can order it and I'm running out of an eye cream, I probably would pick it up. I did like it, it was really good. With regards to using it between your eyes and your lips, I've always done that. I don't think it makes any difference. I think that's a little marketing ploy on Glossy's part, just to make it sound more alluring, but it's nice, it's good, I like it. Now, the two cosmetics products that I'm going to speak about from Glossy are Lash Slick and Pro Tip. These were both the first impressions that I used in my Glossy cosmetics overview video. The Pro Tip, let's talk about that first. It's one of these, I said it in my, actually, just go and see that Glossy video. I'm not going to start repeating myself, you'll be bored. But it's little felt, not felt tip, brush tip. It's not worth the money. I'm going to be honest with you. It's cute, it's nice. You can get a winged liner out of it. You can make it work. You have to do it a few times, like a good few coats to get it black. That's my problem. It's not dark enough. It's too wishy-washy. And for that reason, I do not think it's worth it, because you can pick up loads from Boots or Superdrug, which are much less expensive, and some of them even have the brush tip. Now, it's not a totally unheard of thing. Kat Von D was the first one. It was like everybody went mental for it, but now there's lots of companies that do this. I just think this has not hit the mark. This is not acceptable, and I think it's way overpriced for what it is. I wouldn't pay for it again, and I would say absolutely skip out on this. Don't bother. The Lash Slick, however, I think depends on what you're looking for in a mascara. I'm going to say that for a start. I really, really like it. For the past maybe 10 days, maybe even longer. So at the moment, because I'm working in a different kind of unit, they've moved me to another unit. I'm actually working kind of a Monday to Friday rather than my 3 12.5-hour shifts, or 4 12.5-hour shifts, depending on the rota. But that means I've wore it nearly daily rather than I've wore it for 3 days or I've wore it for 12.5 hours. So I've had it on at least kind of 8 hours a day, and I've got it on today. I'll come in a little closer. That's it on my lashes today. It gives me a lot of length. Now I'm bringing my eyebrows down so you can see, but it does give me lots of length. Now I already have relatively long lashes, but they aren't particularly thick. They're not massively thick. I prefer if my mascara doesn't give me spider eyes, like really volumizing and thickening. I do like a volumizing mascara, but I don't like it when they get clumpy. So for me, I think this is really nice. I think it's a nice natural kind of just fluttery lash. I've said a million times on this channel that that is what I like. So if that is what you like, then I would absolutely recommend this. If you're looking for that really dramatic pow, like almost spidery eye type look, false lash look, you're not going to get that. So it depends on what you like. With regards to fall down and things like that, this is really good. I was really impressed. As I say, I've been wearing it to work, and although it's not 12.5 hours, like an 8.5 hour day, is still a long length of time to go, and I find there is very slight fall down, but it's not like big flaky clumps fall down to here. It's almost like, see here, my eyelashes, when this bit here touches here, and if I get a little oily here, or because I wear a lot of highlight, like creamy highlight, sometimes that is maybe like rubbing a little, and then it'll come down a little bit, but it's nothing like some that I've used. I find it is minimal, and for that reason I think this is really good. As for a price point, it's kind of middle of the road. It's not up there with the likes of, I don't know, Yves Saint Laurent, or like, you know, Chanel mascara. Like, some companies are really expensive, obviously, for a single thing, and I would never spend inordinate amounts of money on mascara. I love drugstore or Boots, Superdrug's mascaras. I tend to like Roller Lash. That's probably the most branded, like, you know, designery type, higher end mascara that I would use, and I really like Roller Lash, and I would continue to purchase that over like the coming years. It is one that I always kind of just have in my backlog. I really enjoy it. It's around about the 20 to 25 pound mark, I want to say. So this is about £10 cheaper than that, but obviously in Boots and Superdrug you can pick up ones from anywhere from a couple of pounds to a tenner, so it depends. I used to really like the Lash Paradise as well from L'Oreal. That was very nice too. And that's a little bit fuller. That's a little bit fuller than this. This isn't quite as fine as that one, but that one was £11.99, I would say. This is around about £15. So you £14, £15. So you just gotta weigh it up. If you're doing an order anyway and you're interested, give it a go. But I certainly, I would, again, if I'm doing an order and I'm running out of mascara, I would pick this up again, absolutely. Right, I'm quickly going to just throw in some old favourites. Obviously, the sun has been here, it's been brilliant. We've actually had some flush in our face. I've whipped this out again, it's no surprise. It is one of my favourites. I use the original Hoola and I'm relatively fair skinned and I don't think it looks too ridiculous. I've got some on my cheeks today. A lot of people say like they much prefer Hoola Light now because they obviously have paler skin. I think what's good about Benefit is they've came out with some options as bronzers, because when they just had this, that's kind of unacceptable, isn't it? With what we were talking about earlier in the video, you know, people of colour should be able to pick up a bronzer and get one that works for them. Same way with a blush, same way with a foundation. It's unacceptable that companies for so long have not had that. So they've brought out some new ones and I've seen other people speaking about them, but I do just prefer the original. I did speak about years ago, maybe last year, the Lacura Aloha blush, Aloha, like Hawaii Aloha blush, or bronzer I should say, actually it wasn't a blusher. And I have to say they really fared well together. So actually, once I've used this up, I still have the Aldi one. As long as it's good and it smells okay and it's a powder, then I'll probably just go into using that. I might though, Instagram made me do it, I might order the Fenty cream blush because I love cream products, I love cream bronzer, and one of my favourites was the Honey Bronze from the Body Shop, but they don't do it in the formulation that I used to buy it in. So I might pick up one of the Fenty cream bronzers. It's definitely in my basket. I've not ordered yet. I'll keep you posted. And these two little cream blushes, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I spoke about them last month, but I'm still using them. It's still the one that's on my face today. This one specifically is in Misty Rose from MUA. It's so affordable, so reasonable. I actually find it to be much more of a coral type blush rather than a pink, even though it says Misty Rose. Certainly it's what I've got on today and I find it to be much more of a coral flush than it is a pink. And this one here from B by Superdrug is Apricot. This is much more orange. This is like a matte. It's not matte, I'm not saying it makes your skin matte, but it's just, this is more like a gel, like this is a bit more sheer, like it's a flush, whereas this is a bit more like solid colour and it's very much like a flat orange colour, whereas this is like juicy. Does that make sense? Like this is like a popsicle or like an ice pole, and this is like orange ice cream. Orange ice cream. I don't know if there is such a thing as orange. This is like a sorbet and this is like an ice cream. Does that make sense? Does that help? Does that make any fucking sense in anybody else's head? That's what I'm trying to say. But I do like both of them, and for the summer I've really been enjoying them. In this weather it's been great. So this is the Lacura Healthy Glow Rose Oil. Now, I picked this up the same time as I picked up the toner. It's over here, wait a minute. Here it is. So this is the dupe, the Pixie dupe, the Healthy Glow Rose Toner with hyaluronic acid. I picked these up at the same time, and as you can see, this is very much nearly done. And I never opened this, just because I kind of was like, I think I said in my last roundup, like, I don't really like oils. I'm not really into oils as such. But I tried this the other day because another monthly favourite has been this. Now, I just want to put it out there. Anybody who follows me on Instagram and seen this come in the post and they'll be like, you've only had that a week. No, I had a jade roller. I still have a jade roller. Facial massage and all that kind of stuff I've been doing for quite some time now, at least since December. And gua sha, which this is here, is a technique, and this is a gua sha tool to do like facial massage and do like kind of lymphatic drainage, and you go here and you smooth over your face and head and stuff. So I started doing more of that with the jade roller, and I was using this to do it because it's an oil, and I have to say this is really nice. It's got pomegranate oils and rose oil in it. Does it have any active ingredients in it? Probably not, but for massage and just carrying out that kind of routine or regime on my face, it's really nice. It's not too heavy, it is fragranced, it is quite strongly fragranced. So I have to say that, because obviously people, you should be kind of testing wait before you use things. If you're like reactive to fragrance, don't just put this all over your face. Test it here first or something. If your skin reacts to it, don't put it all over your face, clearly. You can also test like under here and stuff as well. You don't always have to test your neck. That's why you go to the hairdressers and they make you do a skin test. That's the same thing. Don't just shove things on your face. So anyway, it is quite highly fragranced, but I'm enjoying it a lot. It's very, very reasonably priced for what it is. It's a 25ml bottle. It's really nice. It's a little glass bottle. It's lovely. It looks really cute. And I've really been enjoying it. So then we'll go back on to talking about the Gua Sha. So if you do follow me over on Instagram, I'll put something here so you can go. It's the same as my channel name anyway. But if you follow me over on Instagram, you'll see that I got delivered a Gua Sha. Now this one is jade. You can get rose quartz Gua Sha, you can get metal ones as well. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm some expert on it now, because I did only get this like a week ago. But I've really been enjoying it. I think they say you should like start off by doing a massage once a week. I've been doing it every fucking night. It's just so enjoyable. Like I really, really have been loving it. And it doesn't take that long. Like sounds as if you're doing a lot, but you kind of just do 5 on one side, 5. There are videos everywhere where you can go and see how to do Gua Sha massage. It is like an ancient tradition. Please go and investigate it. It's not a new thing. Just happens to be all these like fucking white chicks on Instagram have jumped on it. It is not a new thing, but I've really been enjoying it and I really like it. Does it mean I don't have a double chin anymore? No. Will it ever mean that I don't have a double chin? Probably not. But I've just been enjoying giving myself, and I like the glow of it. I do think it genuinely depuffs. See if you've got it in the fridge and you take it under your eyes and you're just like that. In the morning, it's so, so nice. And in the evening, if I'm sitting in my bed, it's just a nice thing to do while I'm reading a book. And I'm really, really enjoying it. And I thought I'd be able to segue into books there because I was like reading a book. But, forgot I've not told you about these. So, first of all, this is the Bleach London Tangerine Dream. Now, my hair, this is probably 2 weeks since I put this through it, and there is still a tinge of the orange in it. I think that's done not too bad. It's not overly expensive. You can buy it when it's on offer at Boots. I have an Instagram video up showing me applying this, showing you the before and the after, and I thought it was really effective. I really, really liked it. The only thing I will say is the packaging is hell of a messy. It doesn't come with gloves, so you need to make sure you've purchased gloves as well. But I feel like they could do with a different, I don't want to say they should have a pump because that's obviously not great for recycling, but I feel like there needs to be a better way to get the stuff out. It's quite messy, but you know, use an old towel, wipe things down when you're finished, etc. The actual outcome of my hair before and after, I'll actually just put in a little straight after picture here of when I'd done it, was so, so effective. And even if you want to go over to Instagram and see that video, I'll put a link down below, because I think sometimes when you see photos you'll think, oh, is that photoshopped or something? No, go and see the video. You will see a before and after of my hair when I put this on. I can't imagine what it's like if you've got all over bright orange hair or bright pink or like a really bright coloured hair, because the upkeep, because this is obviously me 2 weeks since I'd done it. Oh, I don't think I could be bothered. I'm just glad mine's fades out and then I can do it again in a couple of months and be like, oh, I've had a little touch up. I don't think I could be bothered doing this weekly. It would drive me mad. But it's really, really nice. It's really, really good. I then have these. So I did a little Boots order. Actually, not because I was particularly needing anything. There was a couple of things like razors and deodorant, like really daft things that I needed from Boots. But Alan's nanny, Alan's gran, basically said, oh, like, I'm looking for certain things. I'm not going to embarrass her by saying what they were, but they were certain things you would only get in a Boots or a Superdrug. I wasn't going to get them at Lidl or Aldi, so I thought, well, I'll put a little order in, and I wanted to make the order up to be big enough. I didn't want to put an order in and then there's a poor delivery guy out, you know, bringing non-essential goods, essentially. So for that reason, I put a bigger order in of different things, including the stuff that Alan's nanny wanted. So I picked up this number 7 Beautiful Skin Pampering Body Oil. It's one of these dry body oils. Now, I spoke about, I remember in videos last year, about the Kiehl's dry body oil. I've probably done it in empties as well on Instagram. And I think that the dry body oil from Kiehl's is divine. It's so, so nice. It smells amazing. But it costs a lot of money. So when I seen this, I thought, I'll give that a go. That might be a nice dupe. It doesn't smell anything like the Kiehl's one, I have to say that. But it is a nice fragrance. It's just a kind of fresh fragrance. It's not really anything, but I have to say as well, since I got it, I have used so much of it. It's probably been like 2-3 weeks as well, and I've used it nearly every day, and I've used loads of it. I really like it. I think it's a really, especially again in the summer, in the sun, when you're in this kind of weather, it's such an easy option before I'm going to work. And again, because I'm not doing like, you know, I'm not up at 5:30 now, I'm not starting work till 9 and stuff. Getting up in the morning and having a shower and then spraying yourself with an oil in the morning, I'm like, oh, I'm like taking care of myself. Will it last? I don't know. Maybe when winter comes around, I'll be like, I don't care, nobody's seeing any of me. But I really, really liked this. It was very good, and they had an offer on number 7 at the time, so I thought I'll give it a go. It was like a 3 for 2 on number 7. I don't know if it's still on, but I really, really liked this, and it was very reasonable, and it is a 200ml bottle. I will link everything below, I always do, but just in case you didn't know that. And in the same order, I picked up this. Now, again, I think I've said, be it on Empty's videos, be it on IGTV or here, I prefer to wear like a body spritz or a body spray to work rather than a perfume, because people who are sick or unwell, maybe have breathing difficulty, stuff like that, do not want to be overwhelmed with a scent. If you're nauseated, it might be the thing that tips you over the edge into vomiting. So that's not anything against anybody's perfume. Sometimes just certain scents make you feel that way. So I prefer to use a body spray a little bit lighter and will wear off a little bit more. And when I went on to Boots, they really didn't have a lot of body sprays left. They had very little, there was no stock. And I looked at this and I thought, I'll just pick this up. I've tried this one in like the Bali Breeze or whatever before, like a holiday type fragrance. So I'll just pick this up, and it's called Fresh Floral. And I thought it's just gonna be a really generic smelling body spray, but it's so like Glossy EU. And I wish to God I discovered this before I made my video, because I'd have flippin' said like, here, don't bother with the Glossy EU, buy this. Obviously the Glossy EU will sit on your skin longer. There is a slight smell of, there's a slight undertone, like if you smell it, it's like that alcohol spray. You know, like if you spray straight away, there's obviously alcohol in it, but once that dies down, when it's on your skin, it's exactly like Glossy EU. So I would say, save yourself some money, go and get the So Fresh Floral. Remember So? Remember in high school, everybody had So. So or exclamation mark. Do you remember that? Charlie as well, people had Charlie. Is that me really just showing my age now? But this is really nice. I will definitely pick this up again, because it is that similar scent to the Glossy EU. It's just that nice warm comfy like fresh laundry scent that I'm like, yeah, I fucking like it. I really fucking like it. So go and give it a try. You can't obviously go and give it a sniff now. I know the shops aren't open, but if you're worried or you think, oh, I'll take a gamble, give it a go. If you like the Glossy EU, it is very, very nice. Alright, so I've got 2 books. One I'm not actually finished yet, so we're not going to go into too much detail. But this one I read at the start of the month. This one is Promising Young Women by Caroline O'Donoghue. This one, I don't know what it was about it that attracted me to it, but I thought, that looks like I could read that. That would look quite interesting. I really enjoyed it, and I'm kind of like on the fence. I feel like I want to say there is a very slight Mills and Boon not Mills and Boon, that's not the right, a little bit 50 Shades. Like, it's a little bit, you know, middle-aged women reading for a little excitement. Does that sound awful? Like, that makes it sound as if my sex life is terrible, which it's not. But I feel like it's a little bit kind of eroticized slightly, but it's not like 50 Shades of Grey, like that explicit. It's not explicit, that's what I'm trying to say, but it's slightly eroticized. It's about a young woman in her mid-20s who gets herself into a relationship with someone in her work, an older gentleman in her work, and basically it goes from there. And it was one of these books that, even though I'm sitting telling you this now, I couldn't put it down. So it might sound like I'm being like, oh, it's a little bit cheesy, but I couldn't put it down. I couldn't put it down. I managed to finish this in like 3 days or something. I just constantly was reading it. It was so interesting, and even though it's not like groundbreaking, it's not like some sort of message to come through in this book, it was really, really good. What I will say is it's probably a good book to read to show a bit of like, shine a little bit of light on mental health and maybe a bit of gaslighting and like controlling situations and relationships. It was quite good that way. I didn't find it overly relatable when I was reading it. I didn't read it and think, God, yeah, I've been there. I didn't, but it was gripping. It was very, very interesting, and at the end of it, you know, you're just like, oh, fucking scumbag. And then it was just a really good story. I really liked it, and I would recommend it if that's your kind of book and you think, you know, I just want a good story just to get my teeth into. It was very, very good. I then picked up this one from Matt Haig. Now, I really, really like Matt Haig. I have read a lot of his books. How to Stop Time, How to Stay Alive, Notes on a Nervous Planet. I've read all of them. I really, really like it. And I think How to Stop Time was the first one I read that was a novel. I think the rest are kind of more like autobiography type writing, whereas these ones are more novels. I think even if you look these up, they sometimes come under like the young person's section, like for young adults. I have to say, it would surprise me to think this was a young adult's book, and maybe this is just going to show how stupid I am, but I'm finding this quite difficult to read. Not that I'm not understanding it, it's just not one, like, it's How to Stay Alive was very imaginative, it was very story-like, you know, you knew it wasn't reality, but it was very, very interesting. It was a love story, to say the least. This one, however, is based on a gentleman, or an alien, I should say, who comes to Earth and is inside a human body, and his views on humans, obviously. I am only halfway through it. I will finish it, but it's taking its time. Like, I'm not desperate to pick it up. I'm reading through it and I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. It's just, I'm finishing it for the sake of finishing it. And that is not the way I have felt about any other Matt Haig books. So maybe that just is because it's a little young for me, even though I'm like, I don't know how, like, I can't imagine like a young adult or a teenager being like, oh, this is so good. I don't know, this is just me. Am I just being silly? Like, there's just something a bit tedious about it. I know that sounds awful, and there's some parts of it so far that have been really, really nice and really like light bulb moments, but it's just taking me ages to get through it. I'm kind of like just chewing away at it, and almost to the point I've picked up another book, a new one, and I'm kind of like, oh, I just want to sack this and start the new one, which I won't. I will finish it, but it's taking a long time, and I'm not sure how I feel about it at the moment. Anybody else read this? Do you think that too? So that is it. That is the monthly roundup for May. I know we're now into June. I know, I get that. I told you at the start, but it's going to be late and I don't care. But that is the monthly roundup for June. I hope you enjoy. There will be more videos coming. There is actually going to be a skincare video coming up, just kind of covering all the basics. I say all the basics. It's going to be very broad and very vague, but just to kind of answer some questions that I get asked a lot, and then I feel like that will be a good basis to then go on and do my ordinary overview, because I feel like there's so much in the ordinary that it would just have tangent after tangent. So if I gave you a baseline to start with, and then I go on to speak about each area of the ordinary, then you'll have a bit more understanding of what I'm talking about. That's my hope anyway. I hope yous are all well. I hope yous all keep safe. Keep yourself safe. Wear masks in the supermarket. Fuck anybody that's looking at you. Keep yourself safe. And remember to keep the conversation going past Blackout Tuesday about racism, and call people out on it if you hear it. Make sure you are informing yourself. Listen up. Do things like that as well. Don't let it just be, oh, that happened last week and that's it. Same way you should about gay rights, the same way you should about anybody's rights and movements. Movements, that makes it sound like somebody's literally moving, but any kind of justice and movements and things like that shouldn't just be one day of the year. They should be all year round, quite frankly. So keep talking about that too, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.